Draymond Green. A lot of suspensions, a lot of technical fouls, and a lot of fines. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to or back to my channel. It's your girl B Octavia, and I got a few things to say. To get my introduction on out the way, if you do not know me, my name is B Octavia. I am now 27 years old. Just celebrated a birthday not too long ago. I definitely wanted to talk about Draymond Green because he will not stop fighting on his court. You would really think that he came straight from Pelican Bay, all right? Straight from Pelican Bay on up to the NBA and started playing and was that much of a profitable player that he could just do that shit and keep doing that shit and keep doing. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Today we will be talking about Draymond Green. Draymond Green is 33 years old. He has 2 children and a wife. And he has played for Golden State for a very long time. But he has also been suspended and ejected from the game more times than all of us can count. So I'm going to tell y'all what he was recently indefinitely suspended for. And then we are going to go back in history just a little bit, even if we're going back a few months, all right? Because, yeah, within a 9-month period, Mr. Green has racked up a lot of suspensions, a lot of technical fouls, and a lot of fines. So this recent incident, it happened when his team, which is Golden State, played against the Phoenix Suns. They on the court, they doing the ones and twos, and then all of a sudden, it just got a lot of bit out of control. You know when like something, it seemed like it won't go too far, but then it do. It's like, oh fuck. So he struck a young man in the face, and that young man, like on impact, that young man dropped to the floor. Like say you get fouled, right? I done seen people fall very dramatically. I done seen them fall dramatic and then get up and be approaching a ref dramatic and distraught. But you could tell that he literally got knocked down, okay? And the more you play it back, it's like it just did not have to happen. Like if you was anywhere else in any other environment other than on a court, in the NBA, during a game, some people might say, oh, that was just a reaction, like a reflex. But you're on the court, bruh. This ain't no neighborhood basketball game. I mean, most of the time when I've seen him, I've definitely got a like homeschool type of basketball, and that's fine when it comes to certain aspects, all right? It just seems like he plays very, very dirty for no real reason at all. So he has been indefinitely suspended. Now, with in my eyes, indefinitely, and I know a lot of people feel like this, indefinitely mean that you can't come back. Or they can bring you back whenever they feel like it, if they feel like it. I will honestly be preparing to retire, to be honest. I mean, 33 is not old. A lot of people would say that's old in basketball years, maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. He does have a salt and pepper thing going on. For 33, it's like, are you stressing or something? Like, don't get me wrong. Some people do age like that, where they turn gray kind of fast. And I'm not saying it looks bad, but it's just like his overall aesthetic. Like, he just real scruffy. Do you not want to play no more? Like, maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, but I mean, it'd be a huge sign when a person stops taking care of themselves or stops grooming in the ways that they used to. If it's something mental going on with you where you feel like whoever you coming to play, you at war against, that's an issue. You need to talk to somebody, talk to your wife, tell your kids that it's not okay how you've been acting and you will fix it because they can see it, you know. That should be his hugest concern. But this is Mr. Green's sixth suspension, and 4 of those 6 have happened in the last 9 months. That's not good. To put this into perspective, over his entire career, Mr. Green has a rough estimate of 2,193 times that he has fouled, 171 technical fouls, fines totaling up to $1 million, and he has been ejected 14 times. He has had many heated moments, like putting the Rudy Gobert dude in a headlock. That was the not recent, but the recent one. He put Cuz in a headlock. He got into it with his own teammate at practice, punched him in the face. Jordan Poole, and that just happened in October. And then another incident was Draymond stepped on another gentleman's chest because the guy was holding on to his leg. And those incidents are just a few. Just to list a few. This is not going to be a bashing session or anything like that, because I seriously want him to get help with his anger. How he's displaying sportsmanship or lack thereof is not what we need to see from our black men today. We don't need to see that. Regardless if a lot of times he say he playing or this went too far and I'm gonna do better or I could have did better. You gotta do better. You gotta do better. Okay? It's a lot of young guys that's coming up and getting drafted into the NBA. You don't want to, it's already bad that you have a certain reputation. Don't traumatize the youth in that way to make them feel like they have to play nasty as well, because they don't. And it's nothing wrong with you being raised a certain way or coming up from pots that was rough and y'all had to play rough, just to win a point or just to score a point. I get it, but it's not that serious to keep getting into shit. Like if I was at the top of the NBA, I would feel like maybe subliminally he is telling us that he needs a break. So hey, so I feel like a suspension is just. I feel like it's what has to happen, but y'all can't just suspend him again and let that be the only repercussion that he has to face. Because 9 times out of 10, he's going to do it again. If you make him feel like he finna really lose his job, like, keep him out of the games. Keep him out of the next few seasons. Because he's still going to be at a good age. Keep him out for the next few seasons. Or the Golden State need to let him go. That would be a very humbling time for him, because he would see that a lot of other teams won't put up with that. A lot of other teams, they want your stats to be up versus you having a reputation for fighting but not helping a team score. Jumping into a fight is not going to help if the team loses. A lot of them times that he had scuffles on the court and shit like that, they lost. So either somebody ain't saying something to him because they scared that he gonna go off on them. I'm sure probably Jordan Poole then stood up and said a thing or two, and that's what got him punched, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta take that and yeah. And I feel like he needs to be humbled. Once he sees, if he becomes a free agent and he sees that a lot of other teams won't want him, I think that that's when he'll realize I have to work on myself. I have to find another huge stream of income, just like the NFL was. A lot of the guys from, that our former players are now making podcasts, so he might go that way. But Come on now, don't nobody want to hear from nobody that's that damn ignorant and don't have a honest and genuine apology. And like I said, he has 2 kids that's looking at him. You can't teach them that it's okay to lash out whenever you see fit. And it's not okay to lash out because you have a point to prove or because you're competing. Competition is about showing your skills rather than intimidating folks and pissing people off and getting them off their game in that way. Help the team score, because honestly he could be a a better player. And this is from a person that don't even watch basketball, football, none of that. He could be so much better than what he is. And that's personality aside and the fouls aside and stuff like that. Come on now. If he was working on his craft as much as he is fighting on the court, his stats will be way up. And I ain't bullshit. He act like he's scoring like John Morant. And even John Morant had to sit his ass down for something he ain't even do on the court. Sit this nigga down. Is the season almost over? I don't know what's going on, you know? Sit him down. And I ain't saying take him off the NBA. I'm trying to, listen, have him as a free agent. I don't know why they've been saving him this many times. He is really a embarrassment, for real, for real. It's not to say that, he ain't he ain't, I don't know what he did. Who they got? They got Clay. They had Curry. Who the fuck even cared about a Green? Other than when he was fighting and when he, you know what I mean? Like, this is not Pelican Bay. And another thing that really doesn't sit right with me pertaining to him is a lot of the times he doesn't really give a apology. It's like little to no space that he gives for a apology. And that's why for a second there I thought he was quite young. But then I'm like, no, he got the salt and pepper thing going on. He can't be all that young. But he's old enough to know that there are millions of diehard basketball fans, no matter what team they're rooting for. It's diehard fans out there for Golden State, for whoever, right? They are tuning into this to see a good game. They are not tuning into this to watch a WWE match. This is not Pelican Bay. This is not the prison yard. You understand? I say take him out. Take him out. He needs a break. But that's one guy that really has to hold himself accountable and understand that his problems are bigger than anything that he can fix. Some people can work through their anger problems and their lashing out problems. Some people can work on it within themselves and grow and never do that type shit again or act out in that way. They are able to catch themselves. But with him, it seems as though he has a hard time with doing that. It seems as though he doesn't hold himself accountable much. He most of the time he think he riding for his team, but riding for the team would be you helping them score and not trying to put people in headlocks and stuff. We'll see what happens with it. I ain't saying take him completely off the roster. I did say that. I did say that. But I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it, but I'm not saying it. I just mean that he needs to be humbled. He needs to be humbled in several ways, I'm hoping that his wife ain't scared of him and they got a type of relationship where she can hold him accountable and stuff like that. And I just would hope that that type of anger doesn't follow him home. I grew up in a household where that was the case, I get it that jobs are stressful and or what have you, but to come home and just unleash this type of anger because you don't like certain things in your life or you don't like how your life is going or what have you, is just not the answer. So leave y'all thoughts in the comments below. I said thoughts. Leave y'all thoughts in the comments below, and I will see y'all in my next video back to back. So if you have anything that you would like me to discuss, drop it in the comments below as well. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to see y'all in my next one.